I couldn't really think of any music to play. This is pretty much all I had on me at the moment. I needed something to play during the intro. I couldn't think of anything else. This is what we're dealing with. This is what we have. It was either this or Duel Links music. So that's all I have on this computer is spooky Muji is spooky Muji music. It's Muji music or Duel Links music. That's all I have. Or probably some stuff that's probably even more likely to get me copywritten. Anyways, let's just jump right into it. I don't have the game open yet because the way I currently have the settings, it's gonna open in full screen. I also have a controller with me this time, so. Also, I need to turn the sound up because I've had it turned off for a very long time. It's completely silent. Settings. I have not heard the music in a long time. What do people eat? What's the... Alright. Oh my god! Holy shit! Holy shit! That is not the resolution I want that to be. Come on, let me... Oh, it's locked. Okay, there we go. That's huge. The volume's not too loud, I don't think. Alright. This is so annoying. Not quite. No. Come on. This stupid TV overlay, I swear to God. Alright, there we go. That's better. Alright, so. Happy Tuesday. It's happy not quite Monday, not quite Wednesday day. That's pretty much all Tuesday is. So, I've been playing a bit off stream. I mean, a lot. One time I was playing, like, before I went to work at, like, it's like 7:30. I was playing, you know, one of these levels. And, I felt like I can beat a level before I go to work. And, I ended up leaving, like, 7 minutes or something later than I normally do because I was like, I can beat this level in time, and then someone's like, I've already sunk so much time in this. I gotta beat the level. And then, believe it or not, that's not even. I showed up late to work that day, not because of the game, just because of traffic. I would have arrived early if it weren't for traffic. All right, so we're gonna try to do stage 3. And if we're just going to do like an actual playthrough, like you know, like just trying as hard as we can, I say we go with Bae. I've played Bae once off stream. She is absurdly overpowered. If you know what I'm talking about, you'll see what I mean. The damage output on this rat is insane. Also, I've never played stage 2 before. It's my first time touching this. There's a Risu fan, right? Is this like a Holo ID fans or something? And we just been I feel like I've already forgotten about all the things I want to talk. I remember a few things. I'll just probably remember them over time. Rat NG reduces all attacks by 15 but increases critical chance by 30. She's all about critical attacks. Even like the dice roll is a chance based thing because damage output depends on the number you roll. And you can get it, at first it seems like, oh, this is terrible because you can roll like a 1 all the time and get like awful, like you know, like completely awful damage output. But she gets damage output that's like, I don't think anyone else can get this level of damage output. You'll see what I mean later on, but because at some point everything becomes a critical, and then you can. Well, I'll tell you later on. So, what do I start out with? So I think I had ideas, and all the things you want to talk about. With the moment you hit like start stream, suddenly seem a lot less interesting. Like you think beforehand, like, oh man, that was a crazy story that man, I'm gonna totally say it on stream. It's gonna be so like. That's gonna be a great conversation topic right there. And then you actually hit something. It's like, that's a really boring story now that I think about it. That's not interesting at all. Like, oh, I got dirt in my eye today. That was a real interesting story right there. I got dirt in my. That's the start and end of the story. I got dirt in my eye. It hurt. I had to like go into. I'd work. I got like dust or like, it was like it's dirt. It's not dust. It's dirt. I feel like dust has a completely unique definition, and it was not dust. It was dirt. I got it in my eye, and well, for one. We're working with like dirt stuff. It's like, you know, for the job I work on. It's like a lab job. And, so I pretty much like I had to mix this stuff, and I thought like, I know, I'm just gonna, like, I've had a lot of experience making meatballs. I've made a lot of, like, I made like handmade meatballs. I know how to like mix stuff. I'm gonna get in there and just do a meatball. So it's this whole like friggin' like huge tub of dirt. How to mix it all up. And I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna be so cool. I'm just gonna get it because for other person kind of mixing a little bit. I'm like, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna mix it all up. So I get in there. I just jam my hands in there. Just dust, just dirt. We've already established it's dirt. Plumes up everywhere. Just gets right in my eye. Gets right past the safety glasses. Over, right smack dab in my eye. I'm like, ah! You know, I scream because, ow. And also because like when you're working in like with like lab stuff, you kind of get in the mindset of like everything will give me cancer if I let it touch my skin kind of thing. Even if there's like it's like I feel like most of the stuff I work with is just water. But you still get the mindset of like this is like acid and it's carcinogenic and it's probably filled with like hepatitis or something. Like you kind of get into that mindset like do not touch fucking anything. Anything touches you, you're screwed. You gotta like purify yourself instantly kind of stuff. And so at first I'm like, oh shit. And I said like, oh, I got freaking dirt in my eye. And this person like, you know, is also there. He says something, and there's there's a lot of Fubuki mascots in this game. So he says like he says something, and I swear to God, I thought he heard me say I got like this dirt in my eye. I swear to God, I thought I heard him say Pog. I was like oh, I got dirt in my eye. Oh God, ow, Pog. I was like, what? Like, pause. I'm like, that makes even less sense. I would at least understand it if you're like pogging at me getting injured, but what do you mean pause? It's like, oh yeah, pause to get the dirt out of your eye. I'm like no, he said like he didn't say pause. Like, that makes too much. He said like pause and like let the dirt get out of your eye or something. Like it was just something that was gonna naturally happen. And part of me kind of assumed it would, and it didn't. So I had to like do the entirety of that like you know, that what we were doing there with this like piece of like rock, like tiny little rock in my eye. It hurt, you know, it hurt. I didn't say it hurt, it was just really like uncomfortable. And I had to go into the I went to the bathroom after that, and you know, like I pulled on like, you know, your eyelid, you know, bottom eyelid, and I see like this little, I actually could like see like this like the I was like grain of like, grain sounds too small. It was a little bit larger than like a grain of just dirt just in my eye. And I was like, at first like I'm just gonna reach in there, and I was like, nah, I shouldn't do that because, you know, my hands are already dirty. I don't want to like just get even more dirt in my eyes, because I was wearing gloves, but you know, you can never be too safe. And so I, you know, washed my hands, and I just kind of stuck my finger on it. It just came off. This is it. Extended critical hits. Blacks. Do I want anything here? No. Yeah, sure. We're just going for the critical hit stuff because we're just gonna get insane damage output. That's our main goal. We got some healing, but mainly we're going for damage output. Are those Mel fans? Bats? I assume so. I don't know who the pigs are. I just keep thinking whenever I see the pigs, I just think, oh, it's a rosebud. There's undead rosebuds. You're a long way from Niji Sanji, buddies. Yeah, so anyway, that happened today. I hope that there's not like I don't get like any. So I'm pretty sure it's just dirt. Be like you test for stuff like lead and stuff like that and those type of things, and it's like you kind of just get the mental image that everything has like lead and asbestos in it. You know, you get nervous about anything getting in any like swallowing anything is like, oh fuck, I probably got lead poisoning now or some shit. Yeah, okay, so you're starting to notice there's different colors, because usually criticals are just kind of like a light yellow, but right there is like red. That means that's like a super mega critical. And eventually we're going to go even further than that. And everything is just going to be like ultra critical. But we'll need the, what the fuck is that? The fuck was that? I don't know. I do not know a lot of the mascot designs. I feel like that's normal, right? Not everyone knows what every single mascot looks like, right? Especially when they look like that, like shit posty smiley face. You know, the one where it's like colon. What is it, like the carrot symbol, where it's like the pointing up arrow, and then like a parenthesis. You know the face I'm talking about. The shit post face. This other time, should get like my my phone pulled up just so I can, cause I don't get chat, you know, I don't really get messages, but I always feel like if I'm not looking, that's the moment I'm gonna get like someone saying, "Hello, I am person in chat. Respond to this message in 5 seconds, or you're." Oh, shut up! Don't. We're not doing that. Shut up. I'm not gonna host myself on my own stream. Oh wow, I got someone in chat. Oh my gosh. Pog's in chat. It's just. Oh, there's a rose tie! Oh, it is! This is like the same feeling as like when you're playing like Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, and like you see like your favorite Pokemon in like one of the levels. You're just like, holy shit! Oh my god! There's a like fucking like a I don't know, like a wild what's a cool Pokemon, like a wild fucking I don't know, Nose Pass or some shit. Nose Pass is cool, right? I like Nose Pass. He's like, that's like that feeling where you go into a dungeon and you think like, oh yeah, and then you see like one of your favorite Pokemon. It's like, holy shit, there they are! Oh my god! Oh, holy shit! Oh my god! So it's like meeting a celebrity. It says like, "There's a rose tie! Oh my god! That's the self-insert. He's literally me, for real." So this other time, I don't really know how much I can talk about this one. This one's also like a very like are these Ollie fans? Kind of assumed as much, but now I see the color scheme. Like those are, but I thought those were her fans were like bears. Or is that just like her? Because it's kind of hard to. It's always confusing when you think, oh no, that's not a that's not a fan. That's the mascot. It's like I always just assume that like Bubba is like, oh, that's what the mascot like for Ame is. It's like, no, it's an alligator. It's like, what? Since when? Like even for the thumbnail for this, I was like, oh, I want to find a picture of the of like Kiara's like KFP mascot for like reference. You know, it kind of does like a little trace thing, and this like I just kind of traced the like the eyes, like basic shape, and the feet, and everything else was like you know, original like change stuff. Attack up, sure, but and it's like, oh, actually, her mascot is like this like orange bird, and it looks like the Twitter logo. I'm like, what? I was like, I'm pretty sure it was wasn't her mascot the one that shows up in this game, like the little white bird? It's like, nah, that's a different thing entirely. It's like, what? But yeah, it's always confusing to like, no, that's not a mascot. That's not a fan. It's a what's another example? Uh, oh, like Gura. No. I was talking about Amelia Watson. Like I was just kind of like, oh, Bubba's her mascot. I was like, no, actually, it's an. I already said that. My brain's blanking out. Let's move on to a different. Let's just like factory resell. Let's move on to a different subject. So I was at work and we have this like a water dispenser. This dispenses like just think of it like a water cooler. It dispenses like super pure water. And yeah, you gotta use it for experiments where you don't want like any like, you know, solubles like salts or anything in the water. You want like a really pure like a, you know, sample. You don't want any like contaminants or anything. So it's like it was like 18.20 microohms. It's nano pure water, so it's super. It's like even more pure than deionized water. We have like a special machine for it. And remember, I was getting something. I forgot what it was. It was either like just like for a bottle of it, or specifically for like I don't remember what it was, but I needed some of the water, so I was out there. I was just like filling up one bottle. And you know, I just got there, just filling it up, but all of a sudden this guy just walks up behind me with like this jug. He just like the moment he gets up behind me, all of a sudden I just hear. So this asshole just like walked right up behind me, like I was just got there, and he just got there too, after I did, and he starts shaking his bottle like ahem, I gotta get in there. I was like, Jesus Christ, dude, what? I was so I was just kind of, I don't know. Who does that? Who like? I don't know if I could probably like explain how like it's not that it does not take that long to fill up a bottle. And I was like, I had to fill up one bottle, and the guy just walked in. He wasn't like standing there for 10 minutes or something waiting for me to finish. He didn't say like, can I get in there? He just walked in like, shh, get out of the way. I gotta do my stuff. I do not like that guy now. Now, like, now every time I see that guy, I think, oh, there's that guy. Yeah, that's why I can't really. I can't really stretch that conversation topic out that much. There's other like I guess there's dreams I could talk about. One thing is I've been having I used to have a lot of the what do they call it? Like the I already talked about this before with the shopping dreams. I used to have a lot of those, but nowadays I have the like the vacation dreams a lot. I don't even remember that. I usually kind of assume that every dream, every time I wake up, I just vaguely recollect like some dream where I'm like in some like really fancy hotel, and it's like, oh, we gotta pack up and leave, and I'm like, oh crap, I have like an entire house worth of stuff in this hotel room that I have to pack up in like an hour. It's like, oh, I have to pack up like an entire house worth of stuff into a suitcase somehow in like the span of an hour, or I like it's just gonna stay here and I never get it ever again. So that's like a lot of the dreams. I don't know what the hell it means. Probably means something, but probably like some boring stuff like that's like some like oh, it means you feel anxious about something. They're never like interesting like dream interpretations like oh, this means that what would be an interesting interpretation, like oh, you're destined for blah blah blah, or like oh, I'm actually gonna die here. That's like the default dream for me is like weird packing up dreams. But I've also had like a few dreams which I like kind of a different pattern. I remember those because those are like so that's all dreams where like I like mid dream and I wake up in the middle of them. And I still have time to remember them because I usually just kind of get jolted awake like in the middle, like, you know, right when something interesting is about to happen, so it's still fresh in my brain. I'm able to kind of think it over. And one of them was what was the first one? The first one was kind of scary. It was weird and like scary in like a weird dream way, where like bizarre stuff is happening, but you know it's still a dream, so it still feels scary. So I was like home alone, and all of a sudden like I get like a notification of like the like Alexa thing, or I think it was either that or like one of those I think it was like a combination of like the Alexa and like door thing. It's a dream. It can be both at the same time, but I look out there and there's like a whole bunch of people like, oh, there's been a movement outside your door, and I look at the camera and there's a whole bunch of people in like very cheap Family Guy costumes like on my porch. I was like, that's weird. And I don't remember. I'm pretty sure like they like kind of like leave. And then a little bit later, some people break into the house with like guns. I'm like, holy shit! So like, and I'm like, oh dang, I have a gun, but it doesn't have any bullets. I'm like, okay, I have, but they don't know that it doesn't have any bullets. Like because these people are coming around, they're like waving guns, like you know, give us all your shit kind of stuff. And I'm like, okay, my only chance at like not dying here and not losing my stuff is to pretend that this gun has bullets in it. So I pull it out and I'm like, hey, get the fuck out. And I grab this guy, like I put the gun to this guy's head. Like this one guy, because I don't know, somebody he just walks right up to me. And this guy's like, oh no, that guy's my best buddy. So it apparently got really lucky in the dream. I just happened to find this like the main like bad guy's best friend. And he just happened to be the one who like walked up to me in like grabbing range. And they just luckily happened to be the type of people who will be like, oh dang, I care about friendship more than this than robbing this entire house. So they leave. Like I tell them to get the fuck out. They're like, okay, if you promise not to shoot that guy. And I'm like one, I'm like, holy shit, I can't believe this is working. And two, I'm like, if they at any point say like, yeah, just go ahead and shoot, I'm fucked because I don't have any bullets. And then then they're pissed because I was threatening the guy. Yeah, I should read and say this is a dream. And is this easier than I thought it was gonna be? So they leave, and I remember like there's like a line of people going out, and remember one of them has like a pan, like an iron, like more like a cooking pan. And I'm like, no, you gotta give that to me. Like, okay, all right. So I take the pan from him and just kind of like toss it aside. And then someone else comes by and okay, think about like if you break into someone's house and you're grabbing valuables. I thought like, oh, the pan, I don't know, like it's made of metal or something. They had like the second guy had a plastic bowl, like a plastic cooking bowl. Like that was the thing. He was like, no, I gotta get this out of his house. If I'm not getting anything else, I gotta get the plastic cooking bowl. So I got that back from him too. In hindsight, I should have at least let the guys have the plastic cooking bowl, but I didn't want to lose anything out of this, so I grabbed that too. And then I remember like I don't remember what happened next. I just remember something happened next in the dream, and I remember it being like way worse. I remember like I got through it, but I remember it being like a scarier experience than the guys breaking with guns. But the second thing was like some supernatural entity that like tried to get in. I don't remember like what it was. I don't remember what its rules were. Something to do with like eye contact or some shit. And so I got through that. What the heck is that? So and then like it ended with like some scientist lady like somehow getting in. I guess I let her in because she was cute or something. And everyone else was not. So I was like, ah, hey, pretty, yeah, you can come on in. And thankfully, she actually happened to be a good person because, well, not, I should say good person. She happened to not be like either an evil monster or like a burglar. And she was like, actually, I'm a scientist, and you know those people in those Family Guy costumes at the start? Actually, those guys are genetically modified, and I mixed them with Family Guy genes. Like oh, that guy who looks like a guy in a cheap Peter Griffin mask. That's because I put Peter Griffin DNA into that person. And of course, in a dream, it's like, yeah, of course, you put Peter Griffin's DNA in that guy. You know, obviously, you know, it only makes sense that you have access to that. But and it's like, actually, the reason why all that stuff happened was because when they came to your house, they broke the lock to your door, and that's why you've had like a whole bunch of people coming to try to kill you. So I don't know, like apparently these like mutant Family Guy like lab like experiment things that escaped came to my house, broke my lock, and then went like a roving gang of bandits and was like, hey, we broke this guy's lock, you should go in and take all of his shit. And then they happened to find some like interdimensional demon just along the way, and we're like, hey, you should go over and like steal this guy's soul or something. No, you can't get in. I broke the lock. It seemed to make sense at the time though, the way dreams do. This is like the other dream I had was I feel like this one was a bit more interesting, but less there's less like details about it to talk about. And this one the other one, it was like I was playing like some like really bad like video game. But like you know how you play when you ever play a video game in a dream? It's you're not actually playing the video game. Like you're not like someone sitting in front of a computer playing a video game. You're like in the game. Like you're just the main character of the game, you know? Like how, like, you know, if you're in a dream and you watch a movie, you're not the person sitting on a couch looking at the movie. You're like the main character in the movie, but it's still like, yeah, this is a movie. This is how movies work. You get first person perspective of the main character and all that stuff, and you get to choose what he does. That's how movies work. But so I was playing this game, and it was like I remember it being like some weird like kind of like this type of like, you know, top down like shooter game, and kind of going around this like, you know, puzzle solving kind of top down shooter game, which is weird because it was in first person and it was 3D, but apparently it was supposed to be a top down first person shooter thing, top down third person shooter, but it was also a first person shooter because I was the person in the game. It was like wandering through this I guess the best way to describe it would be like a liminal space area of just like nonsense. Because, you know, it's a dream, so of course it's gonna be like nonsense, like kind of liminal space stuff. And I didn't really think about it much at first because, you know, part of your brain always just kind of understands this dream. You know, the geography and layout of it's not gonna make any sense. And I was like some generic like kind of like video game like protagonist type of character. And would go around like doing vague like video game, like, you know, like really basic like video game plot about, oh, the bad guy's over here and you gotta clear this level to beat one of his minions and kind of stuff. And so I, you know, walking around this place, and all of a sudden I meet this guy with like a backpack. And I'm just like, what are you doing here? I was like, I'm in the back rooms. Like, what? Like, he's like, nah, yeah, this is the back rooms. I'm like, oh, I thought this was a video game. Like, nah, you're just experiencing it. You just came into this dimension through a video game, so you're experiencing it through the lens of it being a game. But I'm experiencing it through the lens of it being the back rooms. I'm stuck in here. It's like I was like, oh, well, I can leave the game if you want. Like, you can probably get out of here if I physically make my way back to the main menu and like exit the game. Because apparently I had like a physical like hub world that you can actually access like the menu stuff from. Holy shit! He's... That's fucking intimidating! Oh my god, what's he gonna do? Oh, he just punches the ground. God, him being upside down is hilarious. Specific, like, it's never been funny, but that guy specifically being upside down is comedy gold. Oh, fuck. My damage output might not be enough. Nope, no, I'm fine. Come on. Okay, there we go. Hollow bomb, sure. Then at some point, you know, in the dream, I also found my dog. Because, you know, it's a dream, who cares? Fine, your dog, like, it's like, so my brain, my subconscious was like, oh, you know, I think that, like, the idea of saving this random stranger from, like, an eternity of being stuck in the back rooms, it's not enough motivation. I think what we need to do is we need to throw your dog in here and say, oh, also, your dog would be stuck in here if you don't, like, help her get out of here. Like, oh, I gotta save my dog, too. Which is weird, because I was, like, pretty invested in saving this guy. I was like, oh, yeah, also, your dog just happened to get stuck in the back rooms, too. So I'm like, okay, what we gotta do is we gotta clear this level. So I gotta, like, find the boss of this level, and we gotta, like take them on together. I'm, like, holding my dog the whole time. I was like, yeah, I'm like really over leveled. I'm like really overpowered. This is, like, a really early level. I can totally take him even with, like, at, like, only one arm free. And then that I didn't really even get to face it because I woke up around that point. But I like to assume that I kicked the boss's ass and we just got out of there. But I think in hindsight, I think the Family Guy one was a bit more interesting. That did not look. Something else I wanted. What was it? Oh no, I was thinking, oh, there's that one story I wanted to talk about. It was the water bottle. It was the water story that I was thinking about. In terms of but did I ever tell you that one story? Well, not you. Did I ever say that one story about a time I was over at a friend's house? We wanted to find like a movie to watch. Now this friend, he has like a personal server where he has a whole bunch of like movies downloaded. They have movies, TV shows, just a bunch of random stuff downloaded. And I should level this up. And he just one of the things he had was a Pokemon movie. I think the I don't remember. It had like a whole bunch of like random like language. I think the title for it, like the title card of it, was in German, but the description was in English or something. I forgot which one it was. It was either the title was in Japanese and the stuff was in English. I don't remember. They had like a whole bunch of mixed match like language details. It was for the Hoopla movie from Pokemon, and we're like, I think at first we were just like we wanted to see what language it was in. So like we pulled it up and we started watching it, and we were like, okay, we gotta wait for someone to say something so we can figure out like what language it's in. And someone said something at some point. We didn't really make it out because there weren't any subtitles, but I think we're like, it sounds like it's in German. I was like, it could be like Japanese or something. And it's like, nah, let's keep watching, because I mean, like the only noise we heard was like Pokemon saying their name. It's like I don't know what, because yeah, they say the Pokemon always say them weird, so even then it's kind of hard to tell like what language it's gonna be in. And I was kind of convinced that I was like, oh, it's probably like the Japanese dub, or not dub, because that's just the original one. But and we got to this one point later on where like I think it was when like Ash was talking, I don't remember exactly when it first like dawned on us what it was we were watching. I still don't really know if we know what it was. I have a decent hunch on what it was, but I mean I'll get into that later. But so like I think it was Ash like talking, and I say talking. He wasn't saying anything. Like people would move their mouths, and not a goddamn thing would come out. But not all the time. There would be random instances where someone would say a word. It was usually the Pokemon, but even then it wasn't always. Where so to set the scene, it was just music. Oh, there's the Chocomates. So anyways, it was there's just the background music and like sound effects, but no dialogue at all. No just a blank mouth movements, and then you just have like random line, like randomly there would just be someone saying something. Like it would just be like complete silence, just like Hoopla ring. Pika Pika. It was the funniest shit ever because it had the weirdest comedic timing of just complete silence. The most awkward silence ever of just people, just standing around not saying anything, and then just randomly, just a random phrase, complete like out of nowhere phrase just suddenly being said, and we were like. I forgot what we had like a whole bunch of like theories as to like lore wise as to like what was going on. I forgot what they were, but I think the funniest part was just the fact that like you just complete silence and just Hoopa ring, Hoopa. My theory on what it was is I thought it was I'm pretty sure it's like it was like a half-made template for fan dubs. As in like someone went through the Pokemon movie and purposely I shouldn't say because purposely is obviously they did it purposely, but they tried to remove all the voice lines so people could go in and use it to make dubs for either like like an abridged series or I assume it's for people who are from like who are from places where they have like languages that probably won't get translations from whatever animation studio. Like if you're from like I don't know, like what's a place that would like definitely not get it like a translation? Feels like I think a lot of people like I don't know, like I can't think of any other like some like really like some languages like doesn't get any like translations like dubs or anything, and like you want to make like your own dub, like just quickly throw. I think that was the intention. But it's like they gave up like partially, like part of the way through the process, and they just left in some of the dialogue. I don't know how he found that, how he just happened to, but it was like one of the it was like a lot funnier than it would have been if we just saw the real movie, because I wouldn't recommend watching it, but I don't know how you even find it. I could ask him. It's like oh, like what was the name? Like where'd you find that that bizarre like half undialogued movie? I feel like he'd be like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I found it somewhere. It came to me in a dream. I wouldn't be surprised if somehow like, he pulled it out of a dream. There's this other thing he has on there. It's a little film called Boron 3. It sounds like something new of a sci-fi movie, right? Like some like 80s or like some kind of forgotten like sci-fi movies, like really low budget thing. Like, oh yeah, Boron 3. That sounds pretty interesting. That might be like some cheesy fun. Let's check out Boron 3. It happened multiple times where people think, oh, Boron 3. I don't remember. That's new. I've never seen Boron 3 on here before. Let's check that one out. That could be fun. It's a fishing rod commercial. Boron 3 is a fishing rod commercial. So there's been like multiple times. I think it was like one of my friends in particular. Like he's managed to gaslight like the person who like who owns the service managed to gaslight that person into thinking it is a movie multiple times. Because he just keeps forgetting like that Boron 3 is the fishing rod commercial. And it's like, oh, you want to watch Boron 3? It's like, yeah, sure, let's check out Boron 3. Oh, it's the fishing rod, damn it! Again! I want to see if it still work on him. I think after it's been a while, I feel like you could probably pull the wool over his eyes on that one again. I don't even know where he got it from. Like, I think he saved it, thinking it was a movie because it's like, you know, Boron 3.mp3 or whatever, MP4 I guess because it's not music. And you thought like, oh, Boron 3.mp4, yeah, that's or W movie or whatever the hell type of file it was. Yeah, I should download. That sounds like a funny movie you could watch. Fishing rod. I think the more interesting detail about that isn't the person who found it. It's the person who archived it. What kind of person goes out of their way to archive a fishing rod commercial and like upload it like on the like I gotta make sure this is saved for the future to see it. I need to make sure everyone there's records of the Boron 3 fishing rod commercial. Like it wasn't even that, like you might think, oh, there's probably something like funny that happens and like some like a blooper. No, it's just a regular fishing rod commercial. It's just a normal like advertisement for a fishing rod. There's no like a hidden like a blooper or like, you know, outtake or I don't know, friggin' like analog horrible. It's just a fishing rod commercial. It's just like a really boring fishing rod commercial. It's not even like a particular like engaged. It's like the Boron 3 rod is engaged with the sturdiest reinforced steel for all your fishing needs. I wonder how many like I is that like a normal thing? Is it like a community of people who like archive commercials? I assume there must be. Is there like a commercial fandom? I bet if I look it up, there's probably like some like a commercial wiki. Now that brings up to so specifically you know what, like commercials where they kind of build like their own like kind of like extended universe. I think the best example is like Progressive, like the Progressive like insurance commercials where they have like all the characters that keep, you know, occurring, and they kind of like try to build like oh, Flo's sister is like really rich and but for some reason lives like a trailer park lady. She has like the same demeanor of like a trailer park lady with like a I want you to do my taxes. Like, you know, with like the baby and like the baby carrier is kind of coming out like hey, you know I bet, a kind of off topic statement. I bet the people originally made that character for like like those commercials wanted the sister to actually be like a trailer park lady, but they were like, that's kind of depressing. I don't know, put her in a mansion, but leave every other detail about her the same. Like leave her like the rest of her like outfit, demeanor, like voice, leave everything else about her the same, but just put her in a mansion to imply she's like absurdly rich, because that makes it like less depressing when you have like these kind of awkward encounters with her. But I was like, do you think there are people who make like progressive insurance like OCs? Imagine like people make their progressive Sonas. And here's his special ability is selling motorcycle insurance. He has he's half dragon, and he uses this dragon mind control magic to convince people that they can save more on their motorcycle insurance by, I don't know, doing whatever the fuck it is that progressive, whatever their fucking tagline is. Or freaking my Liberty Mutual Limu Emu persona. It's Limu Emu's forgotten evil brother from a different universe who's super evil and oh fuck, I didn't actually, that was the opposite of what I meant to do. I'm really hoping that's real. If it's not, that's gotta be made real. Because that's hilarious. So I'm already imagining like a character sheet for like a the Cold Steel the Hedgehog type of character chart. I think she gets a cutting board of details on their skills on insurance sales. Like making them absurdly overpowered. Why am I? Okay, I was wondering, why am I not throwing any dice? That was a long time in between throws. I'm so used to getting a whole bunch of haste upgrades that everything just boom 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 boom. It almost looks more like the tears are my basic weapon, and not the dice. The dice look like they're like a bonus weapon, like how they work. I feel like I would say I'm doing really well, but I feel like I've had enough close calls where I'd kind of like to get a chicken feather next opportunity I get. Next time I see a chicken feather, I'm getting it, because I feel like I'm one there's been some instances where I've been saved by a miracle in terms of not dying. Oh, the enemies are shooting stuff now? That's not fair. It already felt kind of crazy when the when A-chan started shooting friggin' Danmaku, but now there's basic enemies doing it. Wait a second. Are those also Fubuki mascots? It's because those are Choco. I don't think they are. I think those are maybe they're Mio. I don't know the difference. There's a lot of Fubuki mascots in this game. A lot of them. I know she's really popular. Wasn't she the most popular Hololive member at some point? There's a lot of them. Maybe it's just because there's a lot of Fox mascots. A lot of Fox-like mascots. I mean, there must be. Just because there's a lot of them in this game. There's a lot of Choco mascots, though, in this one. I guess it's because she kind of fits the theme, the Halloween theme. Well, those are angry ducks. It's kind of like angry eyebrows. They don't really look that angry though. But they're angry. Angry eyes. Am I taking damage right now? Oh yeah, there was a different thing I wanted to... There's this card shop. Like I call it the card shop because they have it's not called that. It's not even like their main like sales. It's mainly like a video game place. And mainly sell like retro video games. But they have like cards too. And they have these like single like boxes of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. As in, like, I say single, as in like just like a card, like a long cardboard box, just filled with a bunch of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. And you pretty much just get to pick out like it's like $1 per card, and like $10 for like 20 cards, which is like a fantastic deal because you get like specifically like 20 cards that you really want for like 50 cents each. And you don't have to like it's not like Amazon where you're probably gonna pay about that much. Like if you're lucky you might pay that much. Usually you're probably gonna pay more for a card. So you might pay less sometimes. I mean, like with shipping and all that, you're probably gonna pay like about that much. But it's like an amazing deal because you usually get like a lot of. I mean, there's sometimes like you don't really get like what you like really want, but you can get like a lot of really cool stuff from it. And it's like dirt cheap to get like a bunch of amazing cards. And just being able it's like it takes the whole gotcha part out of it because you just get to go and just pick out whatever card you want. I remember there was like something like that as a kid. In this one store I went to, it was like my favorite place, like as a kid, to go to, just because of that. And that place closed down, so I didn't have any. Like the first when I was a kid, that place closed down, and I didn't have anywhere. I didn't think anywhere else had those like boxes until that other place that I found. And I would go to that place like a lot. That place, the card shop. It's the second one that I found later on. It's like my favorite place to go shop. Because it's like really cool. Like you can spend like an hour there just like picking out like all the perfect cards. And I went there because I have like a stable income now, a job, working full time and all that. So I have like a good amount of money. So I'm gonna just go there with like a bunch of cash. I'm just gonna like buy a crap ton of cards. Because it's been a while. They probably have like a new stock now. Maybe they have like all the new punk cards and stuff like that. And I go there, and they don't have the box. And I'm like, what the hell? No. And I look over, and they have a Pokemon box. It's like, okay, they have Pokemon cards still. They have single Pokemon cards still. Maybe they just have like the Yu-Gi-Oh box, like I don't know, like behind a counter or something. So I asked the guy, like, I'm guessing you don't have the Yu-Gi-Oh cards anymore, do you? Like, nope. At that point, I kind of wanted to like look him in the eye and say, I am not coming here again. Because it's probably true. I'm probably not going to go there. Because that was like the entire reason I went there was because of the cards. But you don't want to say that because there's nothing to gain from it. And so I just kind of bought some packs. Yeah, I got some cool cards from it, but that was like a real fucking. That was on Sunday, I think. That's partially why I didn't end up streaming on Sunday because I was just so bummed out from that. Again, like I got some cool stuff. I got the that like a dual terminal pack. The was it Hidden Arsenals, and I managed to get the like with all the was like Ice Barrier, Dragoonity, Maturia, Ally of Justice, Gen X kind of stuff. It kind of like early on, like dual terminal lore stuff, and they have like dice with that game, where you you just get like a random die that's based on like one of the like dual terminal like archetypes. And I was lucky enough, I think I made a tweet about this. I was lucky enough to get the Ally of Justice Catastor one, which I friggin' love Ally of Justice. I mean, like, I didn't really like them at first when I was like, I first heard about them, but it's like, kind of the more you learn about them in terms of like how they work in the lore and also just their hilariously dumb effects in terms of anti-light support. It's I like underdog decks, and they're like the underiest of dogs. So I was kind of considering making like an Ally of Justice. I have like a template, I don't know, like a recipe set up for I kind of put together a Master Duel of like what I think a good Ally of Justice deck would look like. But I want to tweak it as much as possible to get like as good of a deck list as I can make in terms of like a consistent anti-light Dark Machine Ally of Justice deck. And so then I'm just gonna like spend like I might like just order like all those cards and just make a deck. I mean, because I don't have money, I can do that. Because I mean, they're Ally of Justice cards. They're not going to cost that much. At least I hope not. Some of them might be expensive just because I don't because some of them might just be like oh, that card sucks and it's not printed anymore, so it costs like $500. We've entered Pig Hell. This is definitely pig hell. And that means usually the levels get like this right before the final boss, which makes sense because it's coming up on 20 minutes, and that's like the average amount of time for a stage is like 20 minutes. Base damage output is 200 like per hit. I think it's a lot. At least I assume it's like this is like quadruple. It's like quadruple critical hits. So it better be powerful. I should enchant this. Critical damage plus 10. That's what we like to see. Wait. What? Bomb. Oh, this is flattening board, isn't it? Yep. This one's pretty powerful. Especially, I think, with like large crowd. Oh, fuck. Something's coming. My guess is giant Ollie. That's my guess. Something's here. What is it? Oh shit, it's Hachima! Oh god! Oh my god! Holy shit, she's powerful! Burger! Beast Sugar! Oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, she's doing something spooky! Oh, that's spooky, alright! Ah, it's over! Fuck. That's actually terrifying. I was expecting like some, like, I was expecting like the Ollie bear, like the little zombie Ollie bear. I have 10,000. Who should I play as? I kind of want to play as something else just for fun. I don't like playing as the same person like multiple times in a row. Aki. Let's go. No, 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 no. Stage 3. She's rank 9. She's super powerful. And also she's got the fan status, so she has aromatherapy unlocked right now. There's Ike. This is gonna work. Because Bay is good, but I don't have her ranked up at all, so she doesn't have the stat bonus. And I'm also not that accustomed to playing as her, but I've played as Aki a lot. Wait, Ike level 2. Let's say I assume it's Ike. Ike. My theory, this probably was explained at some point. I just missed a stream. I assume it's like AI, because AIK is just like a anagram or whatever the word is for Aki. You just move a letter around. But my guess is it stands for, because it's artificial intelligence, so that's what the AI stands for. Then what does the K stand for? My guess is the K stands for kami, or hair. So it's AI hair. That's my guess. You gotta go for Kusagaki Shackles the moment you get the opportunity. It's the best upgrade in the entire game. We've won. And we gotta get a chicken feather when we get the chance. This music slaps. Slaps. Okay, now every time we see one of the like, I would say monkey's paw, like benefits, double-edged. Let's say double-edged sword, like boosts. We gotta go for it. So we're just gonna get like absurdly high attack, like speed and all that type of stuff. I'm a little disappointed I lost. I got so close. Feels so slow now. Mookie Rose. So I get some actual like benefit out of the aromatherapy, because that's the combo is aromatherapy weakens, and then when on weakening, Mookie Rose does damage. So it probably just like weakens everyone and damages everyone. Just a proximity thing, so it kind of combos well with like spider cooking in terms of just keeping a don't touch me kind of barrier around yourself. I would say like maybe like a BL books, but I feel like you kind of want people to be in that area in terms of getting hit by aromatherapy. You don't want like too many in your area, but you want like a little bit of kind of want some people. You don't want to like completely block them off from your like aromatherapy circle. I think the ring of books doesn't really keep them that far away anyways. Is that supposed to be Hachima laughing? I'm just kind of noticing that. Belly dancing. This is the best skill that Aki has. In real life and I think. I guess I'd say singing, she's also really good at that. She's a good dancer. It's an amazing skill. Belly dancing is what makes playing Izaki fun. I mean, her basic attack is also just really cool, but the belly dancing, that's cool. Just building up a charge and just bam, everyone's dead. It's really satisfying. I'd say even more so than the ones that just kind of automatically happens. It's kind of the feeling of like turning around, like, all right, that's it. You're done. You're done. You've pissed me off now. You're all dead. I've been walking for 3 whole minutes. This is a superpower charge right here. Are those Hachima fans, maybe? I just kind of assumed they were Ollie fans just because I see stitches, but they could be Hachima fans. Who knows? Some of the fans like a lot more intuitive than the other ones in terms of what they are. So when you look at them, it's like Ina's fans, it's like, oh, it's an octopus, it's an Ina fan. Or like, you know, KF feels like, oh, she's a bird, this bird, yeah, it's an Ina fan. Makes sense. I don't know if I'd be able to guess that Aki Rose's fans are like apples if I didn't like already know that. If I had like actively like watched her streams. Because you can guess like or maybe those are Matsuri fans actually. Aren't her fans like a Matsurisuna? Because, like, you know, Risu is squirrel, so that would make sense. I just kind of assumed they were Risu just because they're squirrels. Like, I only just now realized that the cat things from the first stage are Iris fans. That's not something I would have guessed, just naturally. Alright, we have not been getting any of the double-edged sword abilities. Now we have the Kusagaki shackles. Which, that's just how it is. I swear, it's on purpose. So the RNG is like specifically developed to make it so you can't get both at the same time. The other thing about the belly dancing is it's one of those abilities where it's like really useful early on, and you kind of like change your play style to work around it. But then after a while, like when you have like 15 different like things shooting all over the place, you kind of it's one of those ones where you kind of forget about it later on. I'd say like Matsuri's like a say so unsay so thing is kind of like that. Right, at first you're like oh, I got hit, now I got the damage output, so I'm gonna walk around and like to this cluster of enemies and take them all out. But later on, when you have like, yeah, everything's just shooting all over the place, and you just stand in the kind of vicinity of an enemy and they instantly die. You're not really thinking about, oh, the ability's active, I should go and take all the enemies out, because they're gonna die anyways, even if like you whether you like walk over them or not. I feel like belly dancing is kind of one of those ones. It's like a really useful like early game, but you kind of, it's still useful late game, but you just kind of tend to forget about it as you go on. Because it's like, oh, everyone died. It's like, was that due to the belly dancing, or was that just due to like one of the many abilities that just kills everyone automatically? Especially when you have like so many effects going on, this little ring going out isn't really as noticeable. I say it's especially so for the unsay-so, say-so thing. Because that's even less of a noticeable graphic. There's like kind of like a vague little circle. What else happened? For this thing I'm forgetting. Something interesting happened I'm forgetting about. I guess I think I have the dirt's back in my eye. What the hell? Okay, it's gone now. I think it's just, I'm just cursed now. It's like there's gonna be like a lingering effect from getting that dirt. It's just gonna, every once in a while, I'm just gonna feel like I have dirt in my eye. It's just like I got like a dirt ghost in my eye. It's just every single like. So I've had it happen like 2 or 3 times since I got it, like the dirt out. It's just like, oh, it's in my eye again. It's like, no, I'm fine. Now it's gone. Oh, not really. I seriously can't think of any. What's there to talk about? The thing I think of is like I had like an Iron Man book that I got from like a half-price books and I lost it. I don't know where it is. I'm really upset about that. So I was like halfway through it, and I put it somewhere, and it's just gone. This would be one of those things where like another book, I'd say, just every time I like try to read that book, I'm gonna think, oh, I could be reading the Iron Man one right now. If I knew where it was, I gotta go find it. I have like instances of them where just like, I gotta go look for it again. I'll find it this time. It's gotta be somewhere in the house. There's no way it's anywhere but in the house. I'm hoping it turns up, because that's like, that would really suck if I just lost it. It's a pretty cool book. It's like it's got Arnim Zola as the main villain. That's some cool shit. Arnim Zola is like a really cool villain. It's like really like it's got, the writing is really interesting too, in terms of like Tony Stark and Arnim Zola, and like kind of the comparison between the two and like their perspectives on they both have like similar, it's called Iron Man virus, and they both have like, no, not going into spoiler territory because I didn't really get that far anyway, like kind of still basic premise, but so it's like a part of a series. Oh my god, please just give me a double-edged sword ability, I'm begging you. So it's like part of a series. It's like I don't know what book it is in the series, but there was a previous one where Iron Man, or should I say Tony Stark? Let's just say Tony. So Tony like merged himself with his suit, as in like he linked it in with his nervous system, and it, you know, gave him the ability to like control it from it, because he wanted like to be able to control his weaponry from a distance and be able to be like in perfect sync with his suit. However, something went wrong, and it almost killed him. Like, so it was like something like there was some malfunction with the suit, and he had to get it removed, or he would die. And also, removing it had the potential to like completely destroy his nervous system, because, you know, removing something that was completely integrated into his entire body is a pretty big fucking deal. And like he just barely managed to escape without like, you know, permanent damage. I think if I do this, I will get the benefit without the fan spawn increase, right? It's probably a waste of a thing though, because I don't really my focus isn't coins right now. My focus is just clearing the level. I just saw red and I'm like, I gotta get that one. That's the one for me. It's a good thing your ability heals. It really is. Haste up is really good for this. Go. Energy drink. Haste up. Strengthen. Now we got a good setup in terms of just rapid fire. Yeah, and then Arnim Zola. If you don't know Arnim Zola, he's a Jack Kirby creation. I think he first showed up in Captain America, one of the Captain America comics. He's pretty sure he's like a Hydra, like Nazi scientist who is like a he realized like the human form is imperfect because the human head, like where all the the brain is and like the central nervous system is like located, like if the brain gets damaged, you're dead, is in such a weak area of the body. And if the human body was designed better, the head would be in the chest, because the chest is much more like, you know, sturdy. It's much more protected. If the brain was in the chest, the human body would be like superior, because the brain would be better protected in the chest than it is like on top of the neck, like in the skull. So he, which is already kind of weird. I don't know if in the first, I'm assuming in like his first iteration, he actually just had a head in his chest. Like that was actually just like an actual like head. I know in his like later iterations, he's just like a cyborg pretty much. In terms of like his brains in like this machine thing. I don't even think he eats necessarily. Because, you know, he doesn't really have a mouth. Must get like some like you know, nutrition packs or whatever, but oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Don't kill me right now. I cannot die right now. It hasn't been long enough for me to justify dying. I don't have really any healing though. I think that's why I'm screwed. I need like Nurse's Horn. But yeah, so like in this version he's just like a cyborg. I don't think they really go into how he eats, but I mean, you know, it's just kind of some goofy comic stuff sometimes where it's like you don't really need to necessarily know. You can kind of infer like oh, it's probably like you know, I don't know, like nutrition tubes or something, or like, because he's like, you know, he doesn't really care about like taste or anything necessarily. He's all about like efficiency, if I remember correctly. So, and also he split himself into like a whole bunch of he made like try to make copies of himself. That's kind of his goal, is to like change humanity into himself, because he views himself as like perfect. Not in terms of like an objective, like I'm the best person ever, but like if humanity were more like me, we would progress like so much further than we currently are, because you know, modern science is too afraid to, you know, kind of the type of scientist character where it's oh, humanity's like too bogged down by morals and like, you know, just like what would be the right word, like humanity, decency, stuff like that. Like, oh, you're too busy like caring about your like you know, maintaining your humanity, maintaining your appearance and stuff like that, or maintaining like your respect for human lives kind of thing. Well, it's like, oh, but if you know, do it this way, like, you know, you kill this many people, but you know, this many people like will, you know, benefit much more in the future kind of thing. And it's kind of going into the book does like a lot of parallels between like similarities between and differences between Iron Man and Tony Stark and Arnim Zola's perspectives on like trying to become like a god pretty much through technology. Because Tony Stark pretty much thinks if I can find a way to integrate all my machinery into myself, and I can like access all of Stark weaponry at any second, or even if I can just like, if I can just like sit in my office and then like with like a small thought send like a whole bunch of Iron Man suits to like this part of the world to take on this threat, then like I'm pretty much a god at that point, because I can just like sit on Mount Olympus and just send my like messengers, or like, you know, my archangels to. He doesn't use that terminology, but that's kind of what I think of when I think of it. So like I can just like sit here and like take care of everything from where I am, and from which I can. It's kind of like because his thought process kind of delves into almost like supervillain territory of I can control everything. And I can like watch everyone from afar. I can, you know, I can monitor and like manage like everyone from where I am. Like, because, you know, I have the right to do this kind of stuff. You know, kind of like his mental state, like how he's kind of mentally degraded due to like, you know, work from like stress from work, and, you know, probably like, you know, trauma and stuff like that from like all the stuff he's gone through. And then Arnim Zola, like he's more it's the difference between like Stark kind of has these demons he's dealing with, but he also has to be a hero. Where Arnim Zola goes through the exact same like I don't have any items left. This is actually kind of bad. I don't have any item slots left. I don't have like any way of healing. So it's like Arnim Zola kind of like mastered like Fumancho's inner demons, if that makes sense. He's not working against those like like those like malevolent kind of aspects of himself, because he's like, that's just what he's working with, as opposed to I need to find a way to also be kind of like a hero. And it's a pretty interesting premise in terms of like the character dynamic between the two. Also, he has like a Arnim Zola as a clone, who's like I think he describes him as like a savant, which means like, at least I've just only heard it mean like, oh, a person who's smart. So this might be an obvious thing, but I didn't know that like savant means like someone who's genius, but kind of incapable of, kind of like crazy too, like genius, but also like a little like I wouldn't say crazy in terms of like, it's not like you know, running around like a chainsaw, like trying to cut people up kind of crazy. Like they're not like Hannibal Lecter crazy. It's more like you know, just kind of unable to function, like psychosis kind of crazy. Because like with that character, he's obsessed with trains, and he perceives in the entirety of reality as a train station, and every like what's the word, like stimuli he receives from the world, from reality, is like reconstrued from his brain as somehow being related to like this train track. But he's actually like a really like he's like a really talented hacker somehow, because he sees the you know, all the technical stuff is just like, oh, I turn this rail on here, turn the course from this train to this train, you know, kind of stuff. I don't know any train terminology, but you know, it just, you know, it's a pretty cheesy in terms of like me hacking the computer just like train. It just like train stuff. But I think it's a pretty interesting way of tackling it, because it means they don't have to actually write any coding stuff. Because like for example, like Yu-Gi-Oh! Vrains is kind of like, they kind of have that problem where they want to have like this crazy like technological like you know, coding stuff, but you can even someone who doesn't really know much about coding can tell that it's probably a lot of it's just, well, a lot of it definitely Yu-Gi-Oh! Vrains is just made up bullshit that is not related to like actual coding like, at all. Like, you know, for example, if like oh, a human being got a computer virus? It's like, huh? Yeah, this person got a computer virus. Like that kind of stuff. And I think again, I don't really know anything about coding, but you ever get like the impression that that the person doesn't know what they're talking about? I kind of got that impression with the Oracle comic, The Cure, or it's Oracle the Cure. It's like a based on, like, you know, was it, what's her name? Betsy Gordon, James Gordon's daughter, like Batgirl, after she got killing joked, you know, by the Joker and put into a wheelchair and became like a hacker. It's like her own solo comic, which is like, oh, that's pretty cool. And she's facing off against the Calculator, which is also really cool because the Calculator's entire thing is just, he's like a computer genius. The Calculator's a really cool character. I like him in the Catwoman comics. I've read him in. He's like a very like you know, kind of cunning character, just very resourceful, kind of like down to earth, but also like, you know, the moment he seems like, oh, he's just kind of like this guy who'll probably like help you because he's just some computer nerd, but like he's always got like some other plan in mind, kind of thing. Like he like never, like, you know, he seems like he's just some guy, like you never underestimate him under any circumstance kind of character. It's like, oh my god, so it's like this one character whose like entire thing is like her computer skills facing off against a villain whose entire thing is his computer skills. That sounds really cool. I was like, oh my god, I gotta get that. And you get it, and it's like, what do you mean he's going after the anti-life equation? What the fuck are you doing? Because the anti-life equation is like, it's like the DC equivalent of like the Infinity Gauntlet, but like more like esoteric. It's more esoteric than just like collecting rocks, because it's like uncovering some like equation that's the antithesis to all existence kind of thing. I don't even fully understand it myself in terms of like the lore and what it is, but I know it's I'm pretty sure the anti-life equation is what Emperor Joker gets in Emperor Joker. That's how Joker becomes Emperor Joker, is he masters through some weird way, I don't think they even explain it, he somehow acquires the anti-life equation and becomes a god. And that's like Darkseid's like ultimate goal, is the anti-life equation, because it would make him like, ruler of the multiverse kind of thing. It's a really fucking big deal, the anti-life equation. Because the abilities that gave Joker and Emperor Joker are like fucking insane. By the way, that was an amazing comic. Please read Emperor Joker. So it's like the calculator is trying to trying to use the power of like computers to acquire the anti-life equation. And he kind of does at some point, which is also kind of crazy. But also he creates his own internet, which is called the Internet, which is, dumb, but it's kind of makes sense. It's kind of something that's you can kind of see the calculator doing in terms of, oh, here's some like huge project I've been working on behind the scenes. I made my own internet kind of thing. It's like, oh, that's really impressive. And as like someone whose entire shtick is I'm good at computers, that being like kind of one of your magnum opus kind of things, is like, yeah, that seems like something you'd be able to do if you had like enough like time, money, and resources available to you. But it's like, and I'm using my own internet to just solve the anti-life equation. You're just using the internet. You're using like the internet and all that processing power to find the fucking anti-life equation. Like, you don't think Darkseid would have done that? You don't think they have like the type of technology on Apocalypse? You can just like, oh yeah, it's just the internet. I just use some computers to just throw it together. Just like hook up a few computers, say, hey Alexa, please find the anti-life equation, and it just does it. I forgot how he gets stopped, but somehow he gets stopped before he becomes a god. And it's just like, I don't know, from like a story about like two like hacking geniuses like going against each other. You don't really expect like universe level stakes, in terms of like, oh, they're gonna become a god if they get through with this computer hacking thing. It's like, maybe stick to a little smaller scale kind of stuff. Like, I don't like him, like keep it to like a lower level in terms of intrigue. You're probably going to focus more on technical stuff as opposed to just, it needs to be big. Sometimes lower level but more in-depth is a lot more interesting than higher scale and vague, like, yeah, I use the computer to find the anti-life equation. Who knows? Yeah, I gotta stop him. The calculator is gonna become a god. Yeah, I didn't. I liked aspects of the comic, but overall, it wasn't really that great. Reminds me of the Red Tornado comic. He also got like his own comic at some point. Or the android from DC has like control over the wind. Because he's Red Tornado. He's like a red tornado. In his comic, there was, I'd say this one's better than The Cure. But in that one, it's like, oh, actually, the person who invented you invented a whole bunch of other androids based on like the other elements. It's like, okay, that's kind of like a pretty big deal and kind of recontextualize his origin. But you know, it kind of makes sense in terms of like oh, it's kind of cool. And it's like, oh, there's so there's Red Tornado, who's the Earth Elemental. There's Red Torpedo, who's the Water Elemental. Red Inferno, who's the Fire Elemental. And Red Volcano, who's the Earth Elemental. And Red Torpedo is a girl, by the way, because they need to fill that quota. And also, you know, it kind of feels like it's usually a typical thing for like the Water Elemental to be a girl. But so the Earth Elemental is evil. He's like this huge guy. Earth Elemental, like Red Volcano, is huge. And he wants to like kill the guy who made him. I forgot what his name was. Some like goofy some like, oh, it's T.O. Morrow. That's the scientist's name. And Tomorrow, so let's just call him Tomorrow. He wants to kill that guy for some reason. Like some voices in his head. I read it not that long ago, and I already forgot what his reasoning was for killing him. So he wants to kill him, but Red Tornado's like, no, you can't do that. Killing is wrong. He's like, oh, well, whatever. I'm going to go find Red Inferno, because right now he thinks he's a human kid in high school. But I'm going to be like, hey, buddy, look at you. You're a robot now. You're on fire. And he freaks out because he's on fire. And he almost burns a kid. He almost boils a kid alive because it happens in a swimming pool when he does it. He turns into a ball of fire in a swimming pool and almost boils someone. I think he almost boils someone alive, if I remember correctly. And no, he comes back and his entire family is like scorched, like, you know, like A New Hope from Star Wars coming back to, you know, his aunt and uncle kind of thing. But his entire like neighborhood's like scorched. He sees his family like burning alive in a car. And Red Inferno is just, Red Volcano says to Red Inferno like, hey, it's actually it was Red Tornado who did that to you. It was I think he said it was like the Justice League or something. I forgot if he said it was the Justice League or just Red Tornado. But he's like, oh my god, they killed my parents. Guy whose ability seems to be related to fire. I believe that the guy whose ability, like, because Red Volcano also has like, he's like magma abilities, so it's like, yeah, I believe that it was the wind and water people who burned my family alive. Not you, person with the power of lava. It could not have been you. I trust you. But I mean, to be fair, he went through like a whole bunch of shit at that point. So he's kind of like, he's also like has like the, you know, mind of like a kid. So he's pretty emotionally vulnerable. But okay, does this kill me? Do the Kusagaki shackles protect me from this, or do I die? Is this just an instant kill, like no matter what, or it doesn't look that different? So I think you get a like a reward for clearing the game with like Max Holly. Yeah, so the dumbest part of that comic is that Red Volcano becomes like super powerful because of like the Earth's ley lines, which is like some stuff about like, oh, there's like certain lines in the Earth where like magic is channeled through. It's just like a throwaway thing, because the comic's really short. It's like a lot of stuff happens in like not a lot of time, and it feels kind of rushed around the end. But it's like, oh yeah, I just found the ley lines. I'm a super god now, and he just gets his ass kicked anyways. No, this is the one that kills me. I'm actually not sure if I want to do that. Let's go with glow stick. It's gonna give me the hollow, isn't it? Okay, thank God. It's so intimidating, but yet so alluring. It's a big red text. Don't do it! Don't do it! So I've done it before. I've done it before and I died like instantly. But what if I don't die this time? I don't know if I want to risk it because my entire goal here is just to clear this. Yeah, I don't really care about like gold or challenges. I just want to clear this level. That's the goal for this stream, is just clear stage 3. I don't even remember how I don't even remember how it ended in terms of like again, I read it not that long ago. And I just remember it being like what was it? No, he shuts off the channels to the ley lines, and that somehow like weakens him, and then he just kicks his ass, and that's the story. There's all those things where I was like, oh, it's kind of an interesting setup, kind of like interesting characters, and then it just kind of like the actual plot of it's just like, as you can tell from how like little I remember of it, it's just like It's like, oh my gosh, there's a whole bunch of different like red elemental things. It's like, oh, and Earth One's evil because he's crazy, and no, it was because Tomorrow wanted like killing machines, but none of the other ones were like evil enough to just go around murdering people. So he made like red volcanoes, like specifically like his most powerful, but also his like least human android. So that like, oh, this one will actually go around like and be like a tool to just kill like political rivals and stuff like that kind of thing. But then like I think Red Volcano got out of hand and he had to like lock him away. And then somehow he came back. I don't remember a lot of it. Which again is weird because I didn't read it that long ago. It's like a month ago when I read it. I still think the worst comic I've ever read was Milk Wars. And it was like mainly because of the ending. Like I don't know how I can like it's a comic that ends with inflation porn. That's not a good. That's really weird. It's really weird. I will never get over that. Like you cannot expect me to take a comic seriously when it ends with like some like weird deviant art part. Like I'm assuming it must have been like it's gotta be like a fetish because they specifically because I don't like. I'm not going to get into the details, but it ends with like somebody saying like, "Oh, we need to reset the universe. How are we going to do that? You know the power of your muscle flexing? We're going to use the psychosexual energy of inflation." They specifically say that. They say the psychosexual energy of inflation. It's fetish stuff. It was bizarre. It was terrible. It was like the worst ending to a comic ever. It was awful. Because it ends with fucking inflation porn. I cannot stress that enough. Yeah, the health is a really big issue here. I'm currently losing a lot of health, not gaining anything, and have a lot of enemies to deal with. I got good damage output, but no healing. Which is like even last time I had healing. This time I have nothing. I'm cornered. I'm screwed. So I have inherent healing. I don't want any of these. I'll just keep this here just for what even is that? Oh, it's Bay. Alright, it's a bay rat. I don't think I'm gonna win this one. We're not even close to completing this level. Like, I need some water or something. the moments like the moment they the Don Mako enemies start showing up, the ones that just, like fire like laser beams, I'm screwed. Oh, I forgot about belly dancing. I told you I'd forget about it. That's gonna be my saving grace. I can't believe I really forgot about it. There's 2 bosses. And I'm dying. But I can heal with the special. I forgot about that. Special is definitely going to be my go-to here. Do I have anything? Okay, if I get Idol's Song, I can collab that with the glow stick to get the song burst kind of thing. For just constant like a circle damage. I don't know what you call it. Burst damage? Whatever. Alright, give me the... Okay, level 3. Give me level 4. Cutting board. Okay. I genuinely don't know if this actually increases the if the spawn level's actually been increased, or if the shackles actually prevented that. I could not tell you if this is more or less than normal. I think this is normal? Doesn't feel that much more than usual, but it might be. I think it might be that the that like the spawn is more, but they don't get the boost from the effect. Because usually there's more of them and they're stronger, but I think the it only goes off of like what's like red. And the only thing that was red in that description was the strengthening percentage. Oh. What can we collab here? I don't know if I want to do that yet. But I think this one's also really good. This is the freezing one, right? This is a sake bottle? Yeah, this one's also really good. It's not the freezing effects. That's actually probably better than the idle song. No, we're doing good. Okay, now I get to swap this. Strengthen, and now you have bigger attacks. Gotta trust in the plan. Cutting board, level 2. Yeah, let's go with that. You still have 5 or like 6 minutes left. Probably actually closer to 5. I don't know if I can survive for 5 more minutes though. Just in terms of like walking around for 5 minutes. I can't think of anything to talk about for 5 minutes. What am I going for? An hour? 9:54. I gotta go to bed pretty soon. I think that's like last try. If I win or lose, this is gonna be like my last attempt. That's really, really flashy. Do the ice things really need to be that big? Do they need to take up that much of the screen, really? I had a friend give me an Iron Man comic. Well, actually, there's a whole bunch of comics. One of them was an Iron Man comic. And it's like a one of those like it's a bunch of like small like single issue comics. It's like a whole bunch of like like where they release like comics that you just got like one chapter of something. Like those. And one of them was like an Iron Man one. It's Iron Man versus the Rhino. And It's pretty like, it's a pretty basic story of like, oh, this guy called the Blizzard escaped from prison, and he teamed up with the Rhino who's helping him get out, who's helping him like, you know, break out. But the Rhino was a stupid idiot and threw their getaway car at the police, so now they have no way to get out of there. But Rhino's like, oh, I got a backup plan, you gotta trust me. And so as they're working that out, you know, Tony Stark has his own stuff he's working through. And, you know, eventually he meets up with, like, both of them. And pretty much he's too busy fighting the Rhino, and the Blizzard guy gets away. But he ends up defeating the Rhino, like, pretty quickly. Like, you know, there's, like, some stuff gets thrown around, and then, like, he, like, traps him in a fire and where he can't breathe, and then he passes out, and he gets him arrested, and that's it. It's like he has a pretty decent like short comic in terms of like, you know, just like a middle, like a short segment of an actual story kind of thing. The thing that was kind of like baffling to me, it shouldn't be baffling, because, I mean, it's not like it's like some like super ancient like relic thing, but they had like an ad for a Game & Watch in there, like the Donkey Kong Jr. Game & Watch. I don't know, I thought that was pretty wild. Because it must be like from like the early 80s, that comic. Like an actual, just like printed in the early 80s kind of thing. And like ads from like the 1980s. Which again, it shouldn't be that, it doesn't sound that big of a deal, but when I first saw that, I was like, holy crap! It's a Game & Watch ad! Like it's weird, because I feel like if I were to see an ad for like an NES game, I'd be like, oh yeah, that's an NES game. If we see an ad for a Game & Watch, it's like, holy crap! This is ancient. It's a Game & Watch right there. That was around when the dinosaurs existed. They also did an ad that showed like that they have like RoboCop comics. Marvel had some pretty like weird like collab comics back then. I guess because I think RoboCop like it's not that big of like a jump to see him doing stuff like RoboCop. Also got me this one comic that's like, I swear this thing was like a fraction of a chapter. It's like a 4-page comic. It's like based on like some sci-fi TV show called like Jessica Earp or something. What I've heard is like, well, I probably shouldn't say heard because I just googled like, oh, what's the review? What's the rating for this show? And it's like, it's like a 7 out of 10. But it's probably a fairly decent show. But it's like a snippet of like a chapter of like a volume of like a story. It's barely anything. It's like hilariously short. And also it has like that weird there's like a certain art style to like comic books for things that you don't expect to get comic books, especially when it's like more like mature stuff. Like if you were to get like a comic for like the Ginger Dead Man. I have a Ginger Dead Man comic, and it has like a certain look to it, like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre comic or something like that, or the Leprechaun comic especially. They have a comic for the Leprechaun, and where it just looks chunky. Everything looks I don't know how else to describe it. Everything looks chunky, and that comic had that look to it of just things look chunky. Like the blood looks like raspberry jam kind of thing. I don't know how else to describe it. Psycho Axe. Try to eliminate the hollow. I say Psycho Axe is pretty good. Level 3? Yeah, so if I get Psycho Axe, I'm gonna get Flattening Board. Oh no, that's the bomb that goes with Flattening Board. A psycho. What do I have that? I don't think I have any collabs available though. I thought. Should have been like thinking about like trying to get something because then I can get like a stronger weapon and then go for like another one. Oh shit! Oh shit! We got the Danmaku. So become Toho. I'm not good at Toho. It's a little bit easier when you're in full screen than it is when you're in window to dodge stuff, but I'm still really bad at it. I'm like walking into stuff like I am throwing right now. One is one live. I'm actually gonna, it's over, it's over, it's over, it's over, it's over. Give me the cheeseburger. Okay. If I can survive until I use my special, don't hit me. Oh my god, they're everywhere. Okay, I got my special. I still can't walk into damage though. They're everywhere. Holy shit. Okay, full health though. That's a good sign. I don't need more health. I think we're good. I just gotta be smart. Which is very hard for me to do. I am back at half health. I should not have gone with the hollow. I should not have done it. I don't even know what's going on right now. I think I'm in a corner. I'm in a corner, aren't I? I'm like walking right into. Okay, hamburger. Cheeseburger. Come on, Big Mac Whopper. That's a lot of experience points. Okay. Do I just go for the burger? No, let's go for the attack points. More damage output equals less enemies equals less damage equals more time to heal equals win. There's like, I think I know the rainbow there. Attack up, Psycho Axe, sure. I'm just trying to survive right now. If I did not like waste up one of my slots with the hollow, I would be in a much better. If I like had like a nurse's horn or something. Everyone's going live right now. Damn. Holy shit. Holy shit, this isn't looking good. I mean, thankfully I have like an area of effect kind of attack, so like being surrounded isn't a death sentence. It's just not that good. What's that? I get an upgrade. Do I get a collab? Are there any collabs I can get with this? I don't think so. I think I kind of like locked myself out of anything. I'd be happy if I got one of those golden anvils showing up right about now. That'd be pretty cool. Or maybe a lifesteal stamp. That'd be great. No, I didn't say. I didn't know. Not a boss. A stamp. I very clearly did not say I wanted a boss fight right now. I can't even tell what's going on. It's really hard to dodge when you can't see. That's copium. That's hard copium right there. I really should have gone for healing abilities. I really should have gone for healing abilities. Oh yeah, I have the belly dancer. I can't stop anytime. Because if I stop, I die. If I stop moving, I die. Okay. Okay, that worked. I need cheeseburgers lying around. There should be more cheeseburgers lying around. Where'd all the cheeseburgers go? This is a nightmare. I think the monster enemy fan, whatever the hell you call them, rate has gone up, definitely. I actually need the health. I actually just need the health. Every time I see that, like, you know, in other levels, I think, I would use, who would waste a level up slot on HP gain? Imagine not just healing automatically. Oh my god! Oh my god! How am I? Okay, never mind. You know, I said like this was gonna be the last attempt. Never mind. It's not gonna be last attempt. We go again. We need a healer though. Choco. She heals like crazy. She heals, like, a lot of her abilities are based on healing. She just constantly regains HP all the time. Oh, I already have it, because I forgot, I got the fan rank with her. So she already has Choco cooking, which is like, stuff gets turned into food pretty much. Like fans will like randomly like drop like a pseudo food. Let's go with reduce, because we just go for a bunch, because I'm pretty sure it's special heals. Let me check. Skills, no. I don't know. Because you can't like check on what the skills do mid battle. Okay, critical up, that's good. Especially for her, she definitely works with criticals. Here's with the nurse ability that criticals work. Let's go for Kusakaki. And there's some crazy damage output. We damage output and healing, so we're gonna have to work on damage output with a whole bunch of skills, but I think we have a good chance. I'm gonna be going to bed a little later than I usually do, but you know, it's gonna be worth it when I win this. It's gonna be worth it. Still playing kind of dumb. Because I put in the title, I'm gonna include. I don't want to make a. I don't want to end up making like another stream saying like, you know how I said last time I was gonna beat stage 3? Well, actually, it's gonna be this time. No, I'm not doing that. If I say, oh, this is the one where I clear stage, this is gonna be the one where I clear stage 3. I'm just not gonna be stupid like it was the last time. Because the first time I almost beat it. Second time I was just really dumb and like boosted the enemy spawn rate by like 1 billion. So I thought it wasn't gonna happen, but it did. I thought the shackles would prevent it, but they didn't. That laugh though was hard though. It's gonna get annoying after a while though. Okay, nurse. All heals may become critical heals, healing 1.5 times the amount. On critical heal, nearby targets receive damage. So every time you heal, you can do like a burst damage and destroy everyone around you. Why am I stuck on something? So, some of these obstacles do not look like obstacles. Time to get some mileage out of the special thing. Actually use the special. Oh, I should have gotten all healing is doubled. That would have been great. I'll hopefully it'll show up again. Cause that alone would pretty much make me like full health all the time, given all the other abilities based on healing. Because if your damage output is works alongside healing, then having a whole bunch of healing stuff is just works together, makes everything better. Let's go with this because we're already healing a lot. We can just work on heal damage. Just going for an actual build right now. No just casually goofing around and just hoping, oh, it's probably gonna work out. No, this is. See, look at that. That was the heal going off. Critical heal getting off. I feel like getting off is the wrong word to use here. Going off, not getting off. It's completely different meanings. Demon Whisper on crit. There's a 20% chance to charm. I don't really care about charming quite yet. I think I'll work on some other stuff first, as we can always go back around to it. I think right now it's just increasing damage output and possibly getting more healing stuff. Like if I see like the bandage or Nurse's Horn, I'm going for that. You kind of want like multiple options, so you can just get Nurse off as much times as possible and just constantly do like AoE damage. So no like goofball money stuff. We're just going for win condition stuff. No like funky moves. It's pure gaming mode right now. Who's exploding? Is it the bamboo shoot? It was a bit. Why does the bamboo shoot explode? Doesn't even make any sense. That's the other one. They're like bombs. Like, why would a bamboo shoot explode? Stab twice. That's really good. Risuna? For some reason, I just kind of assumed that, like, because I'm pretty sure, like, I think I talked about this before about confusing mascots with fans. I just kind of assumed that, because I knew Matsuri had, like, somewhat of a squirrel theme. But I just thought her fans were the Ebi Fryon. But I guess that's her mascot, not her fans. Ebi Fryon's cool, though. Let's get idol costume. Sure. Cooking or shackles? I say cooking. So that's just more healing, more potential to get Nurse off. Stop saying get things off. We gotta get the Nurse off, you know. Gotta get her off. So that's the goal here. Takes a lot of effort. Almost, Nurse's Horn. There we go. It's gonna be healing like crazy and just doing a bunch of AoE damage. Should be a good way to stay topped up on health while also taking out a bunch of enemies. I guess the critical stuff really isn't that big of a deal. When I first played like a Bay on, I think it was like just the first stage. I was like, oh my god, she's broken. Absolutely broke. Look at this damage output. And then at some point I was like, am I really defeating enemies faster than normal? Or is it just big number? I don't know, it might just be big number. Because it doesn't feel like you're really defeating them any faster. I mean, it might be, but... I mean, it's definitely satisfying to get like super crazy numbers. But also, I wasn't really paying attention that time. I was kind of like zoning out and talking about like dirt and water and other fascinating stuff. But yeah, they're finally got like one pack of the that one was like I forgot what it was called, but they had that new like Yu-Gi-Oh pack where they have like the 25th anniversary pack where they have a whole bunch of like legacy support stuff. Why didn't no one tell me that they have Gate Guardian support now? That's huge. That's awesome. It's like everything I could have possibly wanted from an archetype. It's awesome. If I knew that, I would have gotten like 7 of those packs. Because I would have wanted to get like as many of like the Gate Guardian cards as possible. Because you got like the Jirai Gumo, like Labyrinth Wall, Labyrinth Shadow, like Labyrinth Tank kind of stuff. It's really cool. You all work with like Raijin, Kazejin, Suijin kind of stuff. It's really freaking cool. I've gotten more of those cards. I'm glad they finally got around to doing it. I haven't really gotten a chance to look at like what the actual effects are like in terms of the whole archetype that they've just come out with. It seems weird. It's like you like one of them's like, oh, you put like the machines in the like evil gods in the like spell and trap zone as like, why would you do that? Like oh, if they're banished, it's like you're banishing them. They're like the Labyrinth Wall. The fact that Labyrinth Wall Shadow is a field spell is pretty cool. It's very a very nostalgic archetype. It's very cool. Kind of reminds you of like the Umi archetype, or I guess the I wouldn't say that. Does the Earth Fairy archetype really? Maybe the Jinzo archetype. It's kind of like that. Psycho Shokka. Jinzo Ningen Psycho Shokka. That archetype. I feel like the Gate Guardian one feels a bit more a bit cooler though. It feels like more satisfying, like fan service, because there's just they used so much stuff in that archetype. Like in the duel against the Paradox Brothers, May Q Kildite, where it's like you just get a whole bunch of like completely different stuff, like forcing it together into one archetype and trying to make a cohesive like aesthetic for it. It's pretty neat. Like, oh yeah, Jirai Gumo, oh yeah, now he's just part of it. And he's part of it because, like he's tied in because of the fact that he was part of the duel, not because like there's any necessarily any like a cohesive tie between, you know, like a labyrinth and you know, like evil like Shinto gods and giant spider and a tank. But it's like, oh, they're tied together because of like the manga and the anime. And they still somehow have like this cohesive aesthetic that I think is just brought on by like association from like they're together because they were together. I don't know if that makes any sense though. It's just satisfying to see all the cards actually working together to like a core purpose. As opposed to just being like, oh yeah, you could throw in like Jirai Gumo in your Gate Guardian deck. You're gonna lose. But it's themed. I'm more of a Duel Links player, but I think if they get that in Master Duel, I'm like fucking wailing hard and getting that deck. Do they even have like a summoning animation for Gate Guardian? They should. I'd be kind of disappointed if they didn't. Like if you get out Gate Guardian, you should be rewarded with a summoning animation. It should be like that should be like an achievement thing. Like you should get like a lifetime achievement if you summon Gate Guardian. I should just use the special. There we go. Love Needle, Demon Whisper. Let's just go with a higher attack rate. Alright. Shackles. I haven't gotten anything that works with the shackles though. They always do this. It's always like one or the other. You can never get like the good abilities and the shackles of this. I guess I got it last time eventually, but like usually I never get the shackles at all, and now I'm getting the shackles. Like it's always, usually for me, it's always like a double-edged sword abilities and no shackles. So to finally get the shackles consistently and then not get the double-edged sword abilities consistently is. Am I actually gonna die here? We might have to give up on the Yaku. Oh, a miracle. Oh, come on, give me the coins. I did not give up on the money. Some more healing. Stabbed 3 times, okay. That's good. I forgot what her awakened ability is. Is it just like piercing damage or something? Okay, that's a lot of pop-offs. That's good. Only been going for 5 minutes. It feels like I've been going for like 30 minutes. Wasn't it like 10 when I started this? I swear to God, it was like 10 o'clock when I started this, and now it's 10:20. It says it's been 5 minutes. I do not believe that. Time moves differently in this game, I swear. If that was not 1 second between that 7 and that 8. Yeah, time moves differently in this game. It really does. At least it really, really, really feels like it. To the point of hallucinations. Okay, there's a boss. I really feel like we've been going for like 10 minutes. At least. Probably because at some point it just kind of blends together on like, even like who you're playing. You're just like, oh yeah, I'm just... What was that ability actually? Skills. Okay, no, not that. Never mind. Should have read what the awakened skill is. What if it's like a healing? I hope it's a healing thing. I don't know how health is still consistently a problem when I have like 5 different healing abilities. How is this thing not dead yet? This isn't even like a mid-stage boss. This is just a normal boss. Or maybe they actually just have multiple mid-stage bosses, because I think it's like this one, the big duck, and what was it? There's another one that I already forgot what it was. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. Hold on a second. Am I supposed to be moving? Am I not moving? What was that? Oh, there we go. Okay. Is stream frozen? Is it just that far behind? Wait, is that far behind? Yeah, the control. I was like, where was I? Where was I on the keyboard? Using the controller. Get more specials. This thing's still alive? My damage output really just that bad, or is this thing immortal? I don't remember this thing being this big of an issue last time. I think we might need Demon Whisper. So that way we get more damage output through the enemies just working for me. Just get more of these, level up as much as possible, get that skill up. See, now I have like a whole army working for us. That's good. It's working out. It's plans coming together. I will destroy Hachima at the end of this. I cannot. That monster does not belong in this world. Actually, kind of fits in with this world. Not gonna lie. This stage in particular, yeah, kind of probably belongs here. What even? What's even going to show up in the? Oh, that's the yeah, okay. Oh, finally we got a double-edged sword. So we're just gonna attack more and move faster. I like how they show like the nurse's cap and everything. Like, oh yeah, this is why everyone just died. Because I would definitely forget otherwise. I am very tired. I'm usually like getting ready for bed right now. This is the exact same character I was playing as that time when I was almost late to work. Actually, I was a little late, but so it's like the exact situation playing out again, pretty much. Just different, exact but different. Almost, kind of, somewhat around halfway there. Maybe. Because they're almost at 8, and 8 kind of round up to 10, and 10 is halfway there, and halfway there is like 0.5, and 0.5 can round up to 1, because you round up from 5 to 1, so therefore we're pretty much done. Yeah, let's go for some more damage output. Go for some collab stuff. I think, was it, what are the collabs? Bomb or Fan Beam? That's what we go for, is Bomb or Fan Beam. I say Fan, I think isn't Fan Beam the fire breathing thing? Is it Bomb? Hold on a second. Yeah, we're gonna go for the fire breathing because that one's really cool. I don't know if it's better. I just know it's cooler looking. What was that? What type of stamp is that? Attack up. That's good. Attack up is good. Alright. Giant rose tide. Something tells me this guy's gonna take a while to kill. I remember this guy taking a while last time. But, okay. Boost criticals. I think that might have been a bad choice. I don't know. That bomb one's pretty good, but I think it's best to just boost stuff. Oh, what did I get? What did I get? Energy drink level 2. Oh, that was the, okay. Idol costume, sure. Demon Whisper, sure. It completes Demon Whisper, so we have fully leveled up. Next we can keep going for the plug. Glow stick? No, it's the fan beam that we want for that. Go for fan beam or bomb or plug at the moment. Or possibly if we can find like membership or something, we're gonna go for that. That's like a super boost to attack damage. Or Gorilla's Paw, that one's also really good. In terms of, we just kind of want higher damage output and take advantage of the Kusagaki Shackles. Kusagaki. Sorry, my Japanese pronunciation like degrades the moment I hit start stream. I'm usually like fairly decent. I'm not saying I'm good, but I'm like kind of alright. The first time I started streaming was like Kusagaki. Kusagaki. I swear that nurse did not do anything. Almost at 9 minutes. That's close to 10. Then I can go to bed once this is done. That's some chocolate first, though. I have some sea salt dark chocolate with caramel. I've put like all the words in the wrong places. Like it's like a dark chocolate with a sea salt caramel inside of it. It's really good. We're gonna have like some of it after I'm done with this. Well, again, it's probably not that good to have chocolate right before you go to bed. But life without chocolate is not worth living. It's like I don't understand. How do people live if they're allergic? I guess if they're allergic to chocolate, they don't know what they're missing out on. That's a tragic life, though. Probably addicted to like other like something cringe like coffee. I think I've never noticed until I started driving for this job, because I've had like other jobs where I've had to drive to work and I never had this problem before. Maybe I just never noticed it. You ever just kind of start like noticing something and then you can't stop noticing it? You know, it's like whenever like you want to merge, like a merge to a lane or something. Well, yeah, merge like a different lane. You there's always like a high chance that someone's going to like get into your blind spot, like the moment you're like, okay, I should turn. You're like, oh, I gotta be here. I'm gonna stay. I'm in your blind spot. Oh, I gotta stay. Oh, I'm staying here. I'm like specifically keeping pace to stay in your blind spot. Oh, did you just miss your turn? Too bad. Seems to happen a lot. It's weird. It doesn't happen too much, to a point where it's like drive someone insane, but. Actually, thankfully I haven't missed any turns in a while. But, You always get worried that the person's just going to be like, nope, I am staying here. I'm going to stay specifically here. But usually it's like there's like they have like plenty of room where they could drive like forward or backwards or wherever the hell they want. It's like I want to stay right in this spot where you cannot merge. I want to be right here specifically to prevent you from merging. Like I am actively invested in making sure you do not merge. Not just like I'm sorry, I just happen to be. It's like, no, I need you to not merge. It's like an act of malice. It's like deliberate. I know it's not, but it just feels like it sometimes. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Kinda wish I had a feather right now. I wish I had a feather right now. I'm getting ducked. Burger works. Yeah, a feather would be great. If I see a feather on a level up, I'm going for it. Everything else is secondary right now. I'll use rerolls if I have to. I need some phoenix. I need some chicken feathers. I think that's like the best way to clear this. Is I need some chicken feathers. I need some redo. I can't really just assume that I'm gonna survive the whole thing. I'm gonna need like a few redos. One more reroll. Damn it. I need the chicken feather. I need it. I'd be perfectly fine if I get it, and like get it maxed out and then never have to use it. I just want to have it there just in case, because I'd rather have something and not need to use it than need to use something like that and not have it, because that's, you know, if you need to use it and don't have it, that means you're dead. Come on, take your time. Take your time. There you go. Now you can, now go. Okay. Damn it. Do I have to do it on my cheeseburger? I think it's funny. I was thinking in hindsight that was the second time I played this game where I was like, you know, I think I'll only maybe pick it up again if they had like hollow stars. Because for some reason at the time, I thought that for some reason, I don't know if I just didn't think about it. I'm pretty sure I just didn't think about it too much. Maybe I shouldn't say too much. I didn't think about it at all. Because, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my, oh my, you what? I am not doing that again. I cannot do that again. Oh my god. Ugh. I'll have to grind. I'll have to get stronger. Muscular fucking bastard. I'll never forgive you for this. I'll never forgive you for this. Alright. That was, a good, what was it, like 2 hours? 2 hours ago, wow. What's that face I'm making? That's a lot, okay. So I'm gonna end it here. I'd rather not, you know, go to bed at like 11:30 and wake up at like 7:30 and have to leave and like, well, that would be exactly when I'd rather not have to, have like a half an hour in the morning to do everything. I like having my time in the morning. So I'm gonna have to end it here. I'm going to have to do like a second, like, remember how I said I was gonna beat stage 3 last time? Well, I mean it this time. I kind of stream it. I'm gonna have to suck up my freaking what little pride I have and do that. I got to. We're gonna close out of this. The face is that? That's a loser's face. Right there. Face of a loser. You might be wondering how I got that face. from losing 3 times in the span of 2 hours. 2 hours and 30 minutes to be specific. 2.5 hours. It's a lot of losing. It's a lot of practice. Anyways, I'm gonna end it here. I am very tired. I have work in the morning. So I will see you guys all in the next one. It's probably also gonna be HoloCure. Because I guess FNAF takes a sideline right now. I gotta clear stage 3 eventually. I will do it. It's gonna happen. You gotta believe. But yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye. I need my chocolate.